All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I am Valsa Williams and with me is Saira Mujtaba. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under Namami Gange mission today through video conference. India and Denmark to work in close partnership in addressing global challenges and solutions on green energy transition and climate change. Defence Acquisition Council approves proposals for capital acquisition of equipment worth 2,290 crore rupees. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 82.58%. And in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad in Abu Dhabi today. In our special series on the occasion of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, we begin this bulletin with Bapu Ki Baat. In his speech, Mahatma Gandhi had talked about striving for others' welfare even while facing difficulties.
अगर मुझको ज्यादा दिनों तक जिंदा रहने की तमन्ना होनी चाहिए तो एक ही शर्त से हो सकती है कि हाँ, मैं वो जो कुछ भी काम कर रहा हूँ वो लोगों को भाता है, लोगों को उसमें से शक नहीं पैदा होता है और समझते हैं कि ये गांधी ये चीज को कराने का हमको कहता है तो उसमें हम ऊंचे जाने वाले हैं, हम कभी नीचे नहीं जाएंगे। अगर ये किया तो हिंदुस्तान का तो भला होता ही है, तब आप जगत का भला कर सकते हैं।
And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under the Namami Gange mission today through video conference. In all, 30 projects are now complete in Uttarakhand for taking care of pollution from 17 towns near the river Ganga. This is a landmark achievement. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate Ganga Avlokan, a museum located at Chandighat, Haridwar. A book, Rowing Down the Ganges, co-published by the National Mission for Clean Ganga and Wildlife Institute of India, and the logo of Jal Jeevan Mission and Margdarshika for Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis will also be unveiled by the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Denmark counterpart Mette Frederiksen held a virtual bilateral summit yesterday. In his opening remarks during the summit, Prime Minister Modi said that the virtual summit will not only prove to be useful for India-Denmark relations, but will also help in creating a common approach towards global challenges. He said that collaboration among like-minded countries in vaccine development will help in dealing with the corona pandemic. Prime Minister Modi said that during the pandemic, India's pharma production capability has been useful to the entire world.
पिछले कई महीनों की घटनाओं ने यह स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि हमारे जैसे लाइक माइंडेड देशों का जो एक रूल्स बेस्ड, ट्रांसपेरेंट, ह्यूमैनिटेरियन और डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यू सिस्टम शेयर करते हैं, साथ मिलकर काम करना कितना आवश्यक है। वैक्सीन डेवलपमेंट में भी लाइक माइंडेड कंट्रीज के बीच कोलैबोरेशन से इस पैंडेमिक से निपटने में मदद मिलेगी। हमारे आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान का भी यही प्रयास है कि प्रमुख आर्थिक क्षेत्रों में भारत की क्षमताएं बढ़े।
In her opening remarks, Denmark Prime Minister said that the summit is a milestone in their bilateral relations and their forward-looking agreement on green strategic partnership. She said that COVID-19 has posed a challenge to all, which the world has to deal with unitedly. In a joint statement for India-Denmark Green Strategic Partnership, the two Prime Ministers confirmed the close partnership in addressing global challenges and solutions on green energy transition and climate change. India and Denmark also agreed to be at the forefront in the global fight against climate change. Both countries have set very ambitious national targets on climate and energy that will contribute to an ambitious implementation of the Paris Agreement. The two Prime Ministers also agreed to join efforts and initiatives to support and promote a rule-based multilateral system.
The Defence Acquisition Council DAC has approved proposals for capital acquisition of various equipment required by the Indian Armed Forces at an approximate cost of 2,290 crore rupees. These include procurement from domestic industry as well as foreign vendors. The DAC meeting was chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh yesterday. Under the Buy Indian category, the DAC approved procurement of static HF transceiver sets and smart anti-airfield weapon. The HF radio sets will enable seamless communication for the field units of the Army and Air Force and are being procured at an approximate cost of 540 crore rupees. The smart anti-airfield weapon being procured at an approximate cost of 970 crore rupees will add to the firepower of the Navy and Air Force. Further, to equip the frontline troops of the Army, the DAC also accorded approval for procurement of SIG Sauer assault rifles at a cost of approximately 780 crore rupees. The COVID-19 recovery rate in the country has reached 82.58%. The total number of recoveries from COVID-19 in India today crossed the landmark milestone of 50 lakh. The Health Ministry said over 50,16,000 people have been cured so far. The ministry said 10 lakh recoveries were added in just 11 days. It said India is continuously witnessing a very high level of more than 90,000 recoveries every day recently. Recovered cases have outpaced active cases by more than 5 times. During the last 24 hours, more than 74,000 people have recovered. India's COVID-19 tally has crossed 60 lakh, with 82,170 new infections being reported in a day.
India has witnessed close to 100% increase in recoveries in the past month. More than 82% of total cases exceeding 50 lakhs have recovered and have been discharged. The Health Ministry today said that active cases are a small proportion and less than 1/5 of total cases. In a discussion with AIR News, Dr. Rajendra K. Dhamija, neurologist, Lady Hardinge Medical College, clarified that the misconception about wearing a mask. He said that wearing a mask is the best social vaccine to stay safe from the coronavirus infection.
मास्क पहनने से एक तो एक्सरसाइज के टाइम पे डिस्कम्फर्ट हो सकता है और दूसरा जब स्वेटिंग होती है मास्क पहनते हुए एक्सरसाइज करते हुए तो वो स्वेटिंग जो है वो बैक्टीरियल ग्रोथ को प्रमोट कर सकती है। एक्सरसाइज करते हुए मास्क पहनना बहुत जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग रखना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर आप एक्सरसाइज करते हुए चाहे वो आप ओपन पार्क में करें तो बहुत अच्छा है और जो दूरी है दूसरों से वो बनाए रखें, कम से कम 2 मीटर की दूरी।
A total of 1,084 new confirmed cases of coronavirus infection were reported in Delhi in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to over 2,73,000. The Delhi government said that over 2,40,000 people affected with coronavirus have been cured so far. In the last 24 hours, 4,052 people recovered and 37 deaths were reported in the national capital, taking the toll to 5,272. Presently, the total number of active cases in the national capital is over 27,000.
In Uttar Pradesh, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has directed to prepare a special strategy for COVID control in Lucknow, Kanpur City and Meerut districts. These districts have seen a surge in the number of new COVID cases recently. The Chief Minister said the state has been able to control the spread of the pandemic to a great extent. This is a good sign that the number of active cases has come down during the last 1 week. It clearly shows that the strategy with regard to corona control has been effective. More from our correspondent.
The strategy of UP government for curbing the spread of infection is providing positive results now. Despite having the highest number of COVID tests per day in the country, which is more than 1.5 lakh per day, positivity rate is coming down and the recovery rate has reached 84.75%. From 18th of this month, the number of new COVID cases is less than the patients recovered per day. The Chief Minister has appointed special officers in those 16 districts which have more than 100 new COVID cases per day. One principal secretary, one special secretary, one health specialist and one medical education expert are camping in these districts. The state currently has 53,953 active COVID patients and with 60 new deaths, the toll has reached 5,652. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
In Madhya Pradesh, the number of patients recovering from coronavirus infection has crossed the 1 lakh mark. More in this report.
The number of infected patients has come down to less than 2,000 in Madhya Pradesh after several days. The positivity rate has also come down to 9%. With more than 21,000 tests conducted in the state yesterday, the total number of tests in the state has exceeded 20 lakhs. Meanwhile, the number of COVID-19 cases in the state climbed up to around 1,24,000 after 1,957 new cases were reported in the past 24 hours. With 35 patients succumbing to the infection, the death toll rose to 2,242. Maximum 23,000 people have been infected in Indore. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir yesterday reported 824 fresh cases of coronavirus, taking the total number of positive cases due to the dreaded virus to 73,014. AIR correspondent reports that 14 people also died of the deadly novel coronavirus across the Union Territory, taking the death toll to 1,146, including 320 in Jammu and 826 in Kashmir Division.
In Gujarat, total 1,14,476 patients have recovered from COVID-19 so far. The state recovery rate has crossed 85%. More from our correspondent.
The total cases detected so far in Gujarat have reached up to 1,34,631. 1,336 patients recovered during the last 24 hours. More than 61,300 tests were carried out yesterday. Maximum 299 new cases reported from Surat. At present, total active cases in the state are 16,716. 12 patients died yesterday, taking the total death due to COVID-19 up to 3,431. A complete close down has been imposed in 27 areas of Ahmedabad after 10 p.m. to contain the infection. Medical shops will be exempted during the overnight close down. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
In Maharashtra, the state government is soon expected to come up with a decision to open hotels and restaurants which have been closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic since the last 6 months. More from our correspondent.
The Hotel and Restaurant Association of Western India, HRAWI President Sherry Bhatia, said the CM has assured them that restaurants will be allowed to reopen in the first week of October. However, the CM has reiterated on the restaurant's responsibility towards their customers' health and safety. Bhatia said the Chief Minister has also agreed to consider the Industry Association's petition for the waiver of excise license fees for a period of 6 months, the duration for which establishments were required to be kept shut. The Indian Hotel and Restaurant Association, AHA, said the announcement will bring in a huge relief to the industry that is reeling under a financial mess because of the lockdown. Yogesh Bhattacharjee, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Tamil Nadu, the rank list for engineering admissions has been released by the State Department of Higher Education last evening, overcoming the hurdles of the pandemic. Meanwhile, the total caseload of COVID-19 infection in the state has crossed 5,86,000 mark. More from our correspondent.
Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, the State Higher Education Department has released the rank list of undergraduate engineering aspirants. It is a crucial step just before the process of the counseling for the admission. This year, most of the processes like submission of applications, paying the registration fees and uploading of certificates were done through online mode. Out of the nearly 1.61 lakh applications received this year for engineering admission in government-run institutions and for the government quota seats in private colleges, over 1.12 lakh were found eligible. Among the top 10 rank holders, except one student each from Chennai, Madurai and Coimbatore, all others are from small towns and remote villages. Jai Singh, AIR News, Chennai.
In Karnataka, 6,892 new COVID-19 active cases were reported yesterday, taking the tally to 5,82,458. On the other hand, 7,509 people recovered from the disease and were discharged from the hospitals, and the total discharged people have gone up to 4,69,750. The state recovery rate is 80.65%. At present, 1,04,048 active patients are taking treatment across the state. In all, 59 COVID patients have lost their lives and the total fatalities have gone up to 8,641. So far, 47,18,722 COVID tests were conducted in the state, including 58,862 tests conducted yesterday.
In Mizoram, 50 more coronavirus cases have been detected in the past 24 hours. With this, the total number of COVID-19 cases has reached 1,958 in the state. According to the official statement, so far 1,459 patients have been discharged after recovery, while 499 patients are presently undergoing treatment.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under Namami Gange mission today through video conference. India and Denmark to work in close partnership in addressing global challenges and solutions on green energy transition and climate change. Defence Acquisition Council approves proposals for capital acquisition of equipment worth 2,290 crore rupees. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 82.58%. And in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad in Abu Dhabi today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistani Army troops initiated unprovoked and indiscriminate firing with small arms and heavy mortar shelling along the line of control in Mankot sector of District Poonch in the wee hours today. Public Relations Officer Defence Colonel Davinder Anand said Pakistani Army troops initiated unprovoked and indiscriminate firing with small arms and thereafter heavy mortar shelling along the LOC in yet another ceasefire violation at 0430 hours. There are no reports of damage to any property or loss of any life from our side so far. The exchange of fire continued till reports last came in. More details are awaited. In Gujarat, 3 people, including a woman, died in a building collapse incident in the Bavamanpura area of Vadodara city. The incident occurred late midnight. According to sources, the 3-story building was about 3 decades old and under renovation. Several vehicles parked near the building were also damaged in the incident. Fire and emergency services personnel rushed to the spot and began rescue operations. Several others are feared trapped in the debris. 2 injured persons have been admitted to the SSG hospital in the city. More details are awaited.
Following the withdrawal of the call to boycott the ensuing election of Leh Hill Council, the Minister of State for Home Affairs G. Kishan Reddy visited Leh yesterday. In a joint press conference with the apex body, he personally conveyed the assurances given to the veteran leaders of Ladakh by Home Minister Amit Shah about the constitutional safeguards to Ladakh and other development plans. Mr. Reddy further said that the Union government will not only consult but also take consent of the people of Ladakh. He also said the Union government will soon announce development package for Ladakh.
जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन सेफगार्ड के विषय पर भारत सरकार जो निर्णय लेने वाला है, नॉट ओनली कंसल्टेशन, ले एंड लद्दाख का जनता का कंसेंट लेके हम इसको प्रोटेक्शन करेंगे, ऐसा बताएं। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सेफगार्ड बनाएंगे हम, आपको कोई चिंता नहीं करना चाहिए। जो आप लोग मांग रहे उससे ज्यादा विकास हम लद्दाख में करना चाहते हैं। हमारा ऊपर मोदी जी के ऊपर विश्वास रखिए।
The apex body leader and former member of parliament Sustan Shewang said that the talks with Home Minister Amit Shah were conducive and friendly.
हमें पूरा विश्वास हो गया कि जो हमारी समस्या थी उसका पूरा निराकरण करने के लिए हर कोशिश करेंगे और उसके साथ अमित शाह जी ने हमें ये भी आश्वासन दिया कि इलेक्शन प्रोसेस समाप्त होने के बाद 15 दिन के अंदर पूरे लद्दाख क्षेत्र से एपेक्स बॉडी के तत्वाधान से वहां पर एक डेलीगेशन जाएगी। जो कुछ लद्दाख की लोगों की जो मंशा है उसको पूरा करने में भारत सरकार और गृह मंत्रालय पूरी तरह से हमें उसमें सहयोग करेगी।
The Union Home Ministry has sanctioned 3 new National Investigation Agency or NIA branches. They will be at Imphal, Chennai and Ranchi. The opening of new branches will help in ensuring quick response to any emergent situation in the concerned states by the Premier Anti-Terror Investigation Agency. The decision will also strengthen the NIA's capability in the investigation of terrorism-related cases and other national security-related matters. Currently, the NIA has 9 branches besides specialized units at its headquarters in New Delhi.
In Maharashtra, a delegation of Congress leaders from the state met Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari at Raj Bhavan in Mumbai yesterday and demanded withdrawal of the centre's new laws related to the agriculture sector. Talking to reporters after the meeting, former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan, who was part of the delegation, alleged that these laws were passed in Parliament hurriedly without listening to views of parties opposing them. The monsoon session of the Odisha Assembly is beginning from today. The short-duration session, with a total of 8 sittings, will continue till the 7th of October, including on Sunday.
The session is going to be short, but will, however, be long enough for a number of live issues like COVID-19 management, hike in electricity tariff, and the agriculture bills to make their presence felt on the floor. The session, without any question, will have other customary provisions like the calling attention and adjournment motions. A number of ordinances are lined up to be tabled in the House for discussion. While the session is to be conducted with all the COVID-19 protocols in place, some aged members, including those who have tested positive for the virus, may take to the virtual mode to participate in the deliberations. Girish Chandra Das, Bhubaneswar.
Today is World Heart Day, aimed at drawing people's attention to heart ailments and the whole range of associated health issues. This initiative was launched in 2000 by the World Heart Federation as an annual event and gets celebrated on the 29th day of September ever since. We have a report.
World Heart Day is commemorated to promote different preventative steps and changes in lifestyle to avoid any cardiovascular diseases like heart attack, stroke, heart failure and any other condition related to the same. On an average, more than 17 million people die from heart-related illnesses every year. Various organizations celebrate World Heart Day from all over the globe by organizing activities like marathons, walks, public talks, fitness sessions, exhibitions and science fairs. There are several ways one can be more attentive to their heart health, like partaking in physical exercises, stop smoking, quit alcohol, and start eating a healthy diet. It is advisable for every individual to have their heart, blood pressure, and cholesterol checked frequently. Tanvi Khurana, AIR News, Delhi.
Union Secretary of Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Dr. Guru Prasad Mohapatra, yesterday chaired a meeting of Empowered Committee for Consideration of Registration of Manufacturing and Service Sector Units under Industrial Development Scheme 2017 of Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. During the meeting, 29 cases of the Union Territory were placed before the Empowered Committee for consideration of registration under IDS 2017, of which 13 cases from Jammu and 16 from Kashmir Division were cleared. The total investment in the cases cleared by the Empowered Committee is to the tune of 79.62 crore rupees, and these units will be able to generate employment for about 629 persons.
In Indian Premier League cricket, Delhi Capitals will take on Sunrisers Hyderabad at Abu Dhabi this evening. Earlier, Royal Challengers Bangalore skipper Virat Kohli hailed young pacer Navdeep Saini's brilliant super over that helped his side win the pulsating match against Mumbai Indians in Dubai last night. RCB defeated Mumbai Indians via super over after the original game was tied. Saini bowled the super over for RCB, conceding only 7 runs, and Kohli finished the game with a last ball boundary of Jasprit Bumrah. Chasing the victory target of 202 runs set by RCB, Mumbai Indians made 201 for 5 wickets in 20 overs. For Mumbai, Ishan Kishan was the highest scorer with 99 runs off 58 balls. Put into bat, RCB had also scored 201 runs for 3 wickets in stipulated 20 overs. For Bangalore, A.V. de Villiers was the highest scorer with 55 runs off 24 balls, coupled with 2 more fine half-centuries by openers Devdutt Padikkal and Aaron Finch. In tennis, Rafael Nadal started his quest for a record-extending 13th French Open with a straightforward 6-4, 6-4, 6-2 first-round win against Belarusian Igor Gerasimov last night. In another first-round match of men's singles, A. Bublik defeated G. Moorfield 6-4, 7-5, 3-6, 6-3. In women's singles, Serena Williams, G. Muguruza and Amanda Anisimova progressed to the second round. And now an overview of today's newspapers. Government's new defence acquisition policy drops offsets in 3 types of contracts in government-to-government deals with effect from October the 1st is the lead in the Indian Express. The offset clause requires a foreign vendor to invest a part of the contract value in India. Eye on China, MEA creates key new unit. The Times of India writes, India is bringing together its Indo-Pacific and ASEAN policies under a single unit to include a new Oceania territorial division with Australia at its centre. BrahMos Nirbhay Akash to ward off Chinese threat. The Pioneer notes the Indian Defence Forces operationalizing an array of missile systems. India inks first Green Pact with Denmark to elevate their bilateral ties to a green strategic partnership with niche pollution control solutions, including those to curb stubble burning, reports the Tribune. Ideal weight now 5 kilograms more, 65 kgs for men, 55 for women. The Times of India leads with data from the National Institute of Nutrition. And finally, stage set for NSD's first play since lockdown, reports The Hindu, with the largest stage and mask for the audience among precautionary steps for 3 shows of a play on the life of Mahatma Gandhi planned this week in commemoration of Gandhiji's birth anniversary.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. The national capital Delhi will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was recorded at 22 degrees Celsius. Maximum is expected to be around 36 degrees. In Mumbai, there will be rain or thunder showers would occur towards afternoon or evening. The minimum temperature was 26 degrees and the maximum will be around 32. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Temperature is likely to hover between 26 and 35 degrees. Kolkata will witness partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature in the metropolis was 27 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 34 degrees. On to the north, in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature was 20 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while the maximum will be around 35. The city is likely to have a mainly clear sky. In Srinagar, minimum temperature was about 8 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 27 degrees. The city will have a mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Ladakh will have a mainly clear sky. The temperature is likely to hover between 4 and 22 degrees. In Gilgit, the temperature is likely to hover between 13 and 26 degrees Celsius. It will have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In Muzaffarabad, there will be mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The temperature is likely to hover between 15 and 33 degrees Celsius. In Dehradun, temperature will hover between 20 and 32 degrees. City will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Chandigarh, there will be mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 21 degrees. Maximum will be around 35. In Hyderabad, the minimum temperature was 27 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 35 degrees. The city will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature recorded in Ahmedabad was 27 degrees. Maximum will be around 35. The city is expected to have a partly cloudy sky. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The minimum temperature in the city was 24 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 32 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate 6 mega projects in Uttarakhand under Namami Gange mission today through video conference. India and Denmark to work in close partnership in addressing global challenges and solutions on green energy transition and climate change. Defence Acquisition Council approves proposals for capital acquisition of equipment worth 2,290 crore rupees. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 82.58%. And in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad in Abu Dhabi today. We now leave you with Bapu's favorite bhajan, Vaishnav Janate, sung by an artist from Denmark.
Vaishnav Jan tu tine kahi yaj पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए मन अभिमान नाणे रे
And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.